Wanted to give a little bit of an update on the pinball machine. Really going backwards progress on this here. I've got all kinds of problems at the moment. I had at one point, the last time I talked about it, I'd been working on installing 2 pop bumpers on the playfield. And prior to that, everything functioned. So when I did the installed those 2 pop bumpers, I had expanded the switch matrix a little bit, added another, filled out one more of the column rows that hadn't been soldered in place. Put everything back together, and problems ensued. The one other change that I made was I swapped out some of my solenoid driver boards that I had made up. I just kind of built those up on circuit PCB boards, little PCB boards, and hand soldered them. Same thing with the switch matrix. So we swapped those out, ordered some boards off AliExpress that had basically the equivalent driver board in a much smaller configuration. It had 8 channels on it, and put that in its place. Powered everything up, man, nothing works right as the way it be. The switch matrix seemed to completely stop working. I could only get one switch to even register. LEDs, strings, they're giving me grief right now. I've got one string that it had like 3, or there was actually I think 4 LEDs that were out on it, and the remainder of the string, there's like about 12 on the string, 12 LEDs on the string. They worked. I was messing around with it, so I soldered up some new replacements, put them in, and one of them lit up, the rest of them didn't. And I was kind of tinkering around, unplugging, plugging, testing things out, and then I heard a little pop noise, which is bad. And then pretty much a whole bunch more of them stopped working. So trying to figure out why these are giving me such a problem. It's a different batch, but I don't think that's any difference. I checked the voltage on it, 5 volts consistent there on that. I'll probably have to go through, take these out, take all of these out, check each one, find out which ones are dead right now. And what I'll do is outside of the environment, I'll build up a little test configuration to be able to just plug them in one at a time and test them to see how they work, get a whole string running again, then put them in and see if the same problem happens on the machine. But really, what I've done at this point in time, I took 1 step forwards and probably 3 or 4 steps back. These kind of things happen. I don't know what's going on, it's like I said, whether there's bad ground or, a whole series of other things, shorts. I think there's some shorts somewhere in there. There's short because the LEDs, certain cases I'll see solenoids kick and fire on their own. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time working on it in the good weather here. I'll just kind of tinker off and on. But I haven't given up on this. It's just going to take a lot of debugging work to figure out what the heck is going on. Again, it's a big old wire jungle down in there. I'm pull this off so you can just kind of see here. This is going to shake a little bit while I do this, but we just kind of pop down in here. There's my big old rat's nest of wires in there, and the LEDs I was working on were up here, and you've got some different coloring on the wiring on the different ones, but it's the same style connector, just different coloring on the wires. But yeah, it's giving me some grief. Anyway, I'll tinker on it later on and see if I can get some more progress. But haven't given up on it. So that's where I'm at with this project.